Hello students and good morning. So now I am doing class for class 12. The topic is relation. So in the last online class also we were doing the same chapter, that is relation, and in that class we did some problems on relation. So today we'll do more problems on relation. Okay. So question number 12 is you have to give an example which is number 1. Symmetric but neither reflexive nor transitive. But neither reflexive nor transitive. Is that clear? In 12 number 1, you have to give an example which is symmetric but neither reflexive nor transitive. Is that clear? So now for number 1, let us write down an example which is symmetric but neither reflexive nor transitive. Okay, suppose the given set A is suppose set A is equal to 1 comma 2. Set A is equal to 1 comma 2. Okay, so now set A is equal to 1 comma 2. Again you can put 3 also. Suppose set A is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3. But you have to write down the relation which is symmetric but neither reflexive nor transitive. Okay, the relation R is equal to now let us write down the relation R out here, which is symmetric but neither reflexive nor transitive. So you should not have 1 comma 1 2 comma 2 3 comma 3 सबै हुनु भएन यहाँ, ठीक छ? त यहाँ हामी के लेख्छौं 1 comma 2 comma 2 comma 1 मात्र लेख्छौं, ठीक छ? अब हेरौँ है यो रिलेसन जुन चाहिँ हामीले यहाँ एक्जाम्पल लेख्यौं 1 comma 2 comma 2 comma 1, this is the ordered pair. Okay, whether this relation is symmetric but neither reflexive nor transitive, you have to check it. For reflexive 1 comma 1 2 comma 2 3 comma 3 should be there. So there is no 1 comma 1 2 comma 2 3 comma 3, so it is not reflexive. So it is not your reflexive. Let us check about symmetric. 1 comma 2 is there, 2 comma 1 is also there, so it is symmetric. Is that clear? Next, is it transitive? 1 comma 2 is there, 2 comma 1 is there, 1 comma 2 should be there, 1 comma 1 should be there. Is it 1 comma 1? No. Also 2 comma 1 is there, 1 comma 2 is also there. Is there 2 comma 2? No. So this is not transitive. So this is an example of what? Symmetric but neither reflexive nor transitive. I think you have understood it. So this is number 1 example. So number 1 example is give an example which is symmetric but neither reflexive nor transitive. So you can get this one. That is set A is equal to within second bracket 1 comma 2 comma 3. The relation R is equal to 1 comma 2 2 comma 1. So this is an example in which the relation R is symmetric but neither reflexive nor transitive. Is that clear now? So you can copy it. So let's do next one, that is number 2. Give an example which is transitive but neither reflexive nor symmetric. Okay, so let's do number 2 now. So let's do example number 2. You have to give an example which is transitive but neither reflexive nor symmetric. त यसमा हामी ग्रेटर देन साइन को दिन सक्छौं. ग्रेटर देन साइन ट्रान्जिटिभ हुनु पर्यो तर के हुनु हुँदैन, रिफ्लेक्सिभ र सिमेट्रिक हुनु भएन. त कुन चाहिँ एक्जाम्पल दिन सक्छौं त? So let R be the set of real numbers. The relation R on the set of real numbers R is defined as R is equal to x comma y such that x is greater than y. So यो जुन चाहिँ greater than sign छ, यो greater than sign is it reflexive, symmetric and transitive? Greater than sign. Suppose x is greater than y छ अरे, हैन? अब कुनै दुईटा नम्बर लिनु x comma x. Can you say that x is greater than x? No, they are equal, so it is not reflexive. If x is greater than y, can you say y greater than x? No. If 3 is greater than 2, can you say 2 greater than 3? No. So it is also not symmetric. It is neither reflexive nor symmetric. But can you say that it is transitive? Yes. If x is greater than y and y is greater than z, so x is always greater than z. Like example, 10 is greater than 6. Okay. And 6 is greater than 3. Obviously 10 is greater than 3, isn't it? So this example is transitive but neither reflexive nor symmetric. Okay. Let capital R, so let us write R dash. Okay. So let capital R dash add us. Let capital R dash be the set of real numbers. Be the set of real numbers and the relation R on the set R dash is defined as R is equal to, within second bracket you can write A comma B such that what? A is greater than B, such that A is always greater than B. For all A comma B belongs to the real numbers, second bracket is closed. So is that clear to all of you? So you should say greater than sign you greater than sign secure. This relation R is transitive but neither reflexive nor symmetric. So A is greater than B. Let us take A comma A. Can you say that A is greater than A? No, they are equal. So it is not reflexive. Okay. Next, if A is greater than B, can you say that B is greater than A? No, that is not symmetric. As you know that 10 is greater than 5, but 5 is not greater than 10. So it's not symmetric. Okay. So it is not symmetric. Now, is it transitive? If A is greater, let us take three numbers A, B, C. If A is greater than B and B is greater than C, so obviously A is greater than C. Like 10 is greater than 8 and 8 is greater than 5. So you can say that 10 is greater than 5, isn't it? Like 10 is greater than 8 and 8 is greater than 5. Can you say that 10 is greater than 5? Yes, which implies that 10 is greater than 5. So it is transitive. So this is an example of number 2. Give an example which is transitive but neither reflexive nor symmetric is this one, number 2. Your number 2 ko answer say yo ho. Is that clear? So you can copy it. You can copy it. This is an example of transitive relation but neither reflexive relation nor symmetric relation. Okay. So now let's do number 3. So let's do number 3 now. So now this number 3. So give an example which is reflexive and symmetric but not transitive. Okay. So let us take the set. Let capital A is equal to 1, 2, 3. The relation R. So you have to make the relation R in this case which is reflexive and symmetric both but not transitive. Okay. So for reflexive 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 should be there. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. So it is there, isn't it? So SMI symmetry will be 1, 1, 1, 2 is there. 2, 2, 2 is there. 3, 3, 3 is there. But 1, 1, there is no 1, something. So this is your transitive. you may say this is transitive. 2 comma 2, here 2 comma something is not there, so you can say 2 comma 2, it is transitive. 3 comma 3, there is no 3 comma something, right? So this is obviously transitive. If you write only 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Okay, but it should not be transitive in this case. It should not be transitive. If you write only these three, it will be reflexive, symmetric and transitive. तीनटा आउँछ तर यो transitive हुनु भएन. त्यही कारण हामी के थप्छौँ एउटा 1,2 थप्छौँ. So let us add 1,2 here. So if you add 1,2 here, 1,1, 1,2 is there. 1 is in relation with 1, isn't it? This one. अब यहाँबाट लियौँ and 1 is in relation with 2, which implies that 1 is in relation with 2. यो दुईटा 1 लिने हैन, यो छेउछेउको 1 र 2 लिनु. यो 1 are 2, 1 are 2 is there, so it is transitive. But if 1,2 is there, for symmetric 2,1 should be there because it is symmetric. In this case, it is asked for symmetric relation. So if you write only 1,2, it is not symmetric. So you have to add here 2,1. You have to add here 2,1. Is that clear now? So now it is symmetric relation. Now it is symmetric relation. Now let us check for transitivity. Okay? So let us check for transitivity. 2,1. 2,1 is there. Okay? अब यो transitive हो के हैन? हुनु हुँदैन transitive यहाँ. 2,1 is there, 1,2 is there. So 2,2 is there, isn't it? 2,2 is there. 1,2 is there, 2,1 is there, 1,1 is also there. So it is transitive relation. But it should not be transitive here. So let us write 2,3. But if you add 2,3 here, this is not your symmetric. But it should be symmetric here. Is that clear? यो के हुनुपर्छ? हाम्रो symmetric हुनुपर्छ. त symmetric को लागि के थप्नु पर्यो? 3,2 थप्नुपर्छ. 3,2 थप्नुपर्छ. बुझ्यो? अनि मात्रै यो के हुन्छ? Symmetric भइहाल्छ. If there is 2,3, you should add 3,2 to make it symmetric relation. Is that clear? Now check for transitivity now. So this is your reflexive, this is your transitive, this is your, sorry, not transitive, this is your symmetric. 1,2 is there, 2,1 is there, 2,3 is there, 3,2 is there. So it is your symmetric relation. Okay? So let us check for transitivity. For transitivity, let us check this one. 1,2 is there, 1 is in relation with 2 and this 2 is in relation with 3. 2 is in relation with 3. So it should imply that for transitivity, 1 is in relation with 3 should be there. Is there 1 is in relation with 3? Is there 1,3 here? There is no 1,3. So it is not transitive. So you can close this bracket. So this is an example of the relation which is reflexive and symmetric, but it is not transitive. I think you have understood it. Okay? So this is the example of, this is an example of that relation which is reflexive and symmetric, but it is not transitive. So I think you have understood it. So you can copy it. I think you have understood it. So you can copy it. So this is an example of number 3, right? So your number 3 ko example hai yo. That is, give an example which is reflexive and symmetric. This is reflexive and this is symmetric, but it is not transitive. How is it not transitive? 1,2 belongs to the relation, 2,3 belongs to the relation, 1,3 should belong to the relation for transitivity. So there is no 1,3 out here, so it is not transitive. So this is an example of reflexive and symmetric relation, but it is not transitive. So I think you have understood it. Okay, so you can copy. Now let us do number 4. Now I mean number 4 also. So let's do number 4. So let's do number 4. So give an example which is reflexive and transitive but not symmetric. You have to give an example. You have to give an example which is reflexive and transitive but not symmetric. Okay? So you can give here, let R dash be the set of real numbers let R dash be the set of real numbers and R be the relation on the set of real numbers R dash defined by R is equal to this is your A comma B such that A cube is greater than or equal to B cube, right? A cube greater than or equal to B cube for all A comma B belongs to the set of real numbers. Is that clear now? So I have written this relation. So actually this relation is reflexive and transitive. This is an example. This is an example of number 4, right? This relation is reflexive and transitive but not symmetric. So how is it reflexive and transitive but not symmetric? Let us check it. Okay. So now here A cube greater than or equal to B cube is there. Does it satisfy a reflexive relation? Let us check it. Reflexive relation means A comma A should belong to the relation R. Okay. So if you write here, so A comma A such that A cube greater than or equal to A cube. That is equal to sign is also there. That is A cube is equal to A cube. Obviously it is that A cube is equal to A cube. Is that clear now? That is A cube is equal to A cube. A cube is equal to A cube. Is that clear? Because is equal to sign is also there. So A cube is equal to A cube. That means A comma A belongs to the relation R. So it is reflexive. Okay. This is reflexive. Is that clear? Now check for symmetric. If it is A cube greater than or equal to B cube, does it imply B cube greater than or equal to A cube? No, it doesn't imply, isn't it? If A cube is greater than B cube, then B cube is not greater than A cube. Is that clear? If A cube is greater than B cube, then B cube is not greater than A cube. I think you have understood it. Suppose if you put A is equal to 2 and B is equal to 3. If you put A is equal to 2 and B is equal to 3. So A cube means A cube is equal to, suppose A is equal to 3 and B is equal to, sorry. A is equal to 3 and B is equal to 2. So what is 3 cube? 27 greater than or equal to 2 cube is 8. अब यसलाई उल्टा पुल्टा बनाउनु त 2 cube greater than A cube हुन्छ. That is 8 greater than or equal to 27 हुन्छ. That is 2 cube 8 greater than 3 cube 27. Is it correct? No. So this is not symmetric. Is it symmetric? No symmetric. Your symmetric relation होइन. अब transitive हो कि हैन? Is it transitive? So let us take it now. For transitivity, you have to take three numbers. A comma B belong to R and B comma C belong to R. It implies that A comma C should belong to the relation R. Right? So A comma B belongs to R means A cube is greater than or equal to B cube, and B comma C belongs to the relation R means B cube is greater than or equal to C cube. So it obviously implies that A cube greater than C cube. A cube greater than C cube. That means A comma C belongs to the relation R. So it is transitive. So I think you have understood it. So this is an example. Which is the example here? Let R dash be the set of real numbers and R be the relation of the set, and let R be the relation of the set of real numbers R dash defined by R is equal to within second bracket A comma B such that A cube greater than or equal to B cube for all A comma B belongs to the relation A comma B belongs to the real numbers R dash. So this is an example of reflexive and transitive but not symmetric. Is that clear? So you just try to understand it, okay? You say so you take example wise. This is an example of reflexive and transitive but not symmetric. So you can copy it. So this is question number 4. So अब हामी next question number 5 गर्छौं ल. The question number 5 चाहिँ के हो भन्दा फेरि I think you have finished it. सक्यो? So now you have to give an example which is symmetric and transitive. Which is symmetric and transitive but not reflexive. Which is symmetric and transitive but not reflexive. Okay? So let us give an example here now. So I'm going to read this one. So I think I've understood. You have understood number 4. Okay. So now question number 5. Now you have to give an example which is symmetric and transitive both, but not reflexive. So let us take an example. Let capital A is equal to 1, 2, 3. That is the set. Let set A is equal to 1, 2, 3. The relation R. So let us make the relation R here, which is symmetric and transitive but not reflexive. Okay. So let us write here 1, 2. So you should not have here 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Sabai hunu bhayena. So 1, 2 is there. For its symmetric, there should be 2, 1. It should be symmetric, so you have to write 2, 1. So it is symmetric. And for reflexive and for transitive, 1, 2 is there, 2, 1 is there. So 1, 1 should be there for transitivity. Okay? If 1, 2 is there, 2, 1 is there, 1, 1 should be there according to the definition of transitive, isn't it? Again, if you don't write 2, 2 here, it is not transitive, because if 2, 1 is in relation and 1, 2 is in relation, then 2, 2 should be in the relation, isn't it? So here 2, 2 should come. Second bracket is don't write 3, 3 here, because if you write 3, 3, it will be reflexive. But you should give an example which is not reflexive, but it should be symmetric and transitive. So let us check it. 1, 2 is there, 2, 1 is there, so it is symmetry. 1, 1 is there, 1, 1 is also there, 2, 2 is there, 2, 2 is there, so it is symmetric. Let us check for transitivity. 1, 2 is there, 2, 1 is there, so 1, 1 is there. 2, 1 is there, 2, 1 is there, 1, 2 is there, 2, 2 is there, so it is transitive, but it is not reflexive. How is it not reflexive? Because 3, 3 should be there, so 3, 3 is not there. So this is an example of symmetric and transitive relation, but it is not reflexive. So I think you have understood it. So you can revise it at home. So now we'll do the next problem. You can copy it. So now we'll do the next question, that is question number 13. So that the relation R defined in the set A of all triangles, that is the relation R here is within second bracket T1 comma T2 such that T1 is similar to T2. That means T1 means first triangle and T2 means second triangle. This first triangle is similar to second triangle. Okay, so they are similar to each other. Is an equivalence relation. You have to prove it. This relation R is an equivalence relation. That is similar to relation is an equivalence relation. So you have to prove it. Okay. Now consider three right angle triangles T1 with sides. There is a triangle T1 is sides with sides 3, 4, 5. A triangle T2 with sides 5, 12, 13. And T3, that is third triangle with sides 6, 8, 10. So all these three triangles are right angle triangles. Which triangles among T1, T2 and T3 are related? Kun चाहिँ related triangles ho. Yo tinta kun triangles related triangles, so you have to find it. Okay, so now let us do the first part, that is the relation R, that is T1 is similar to T1 is similar to T2 is an equivalence relation. The equivalence relation को लागि के गर्नु पर्छ? For an equivalence relation, the relation R should be reflexive, the relation R should be symmetric, the relation R should be transitive. Then only you can say that the relation R is an equivalence relation. So here given is, what is R here? T1 comma T2 such that T1 is similar to T2, right? So now first you prove reflexive. Reflexive means same triangle should be there, T1 T1. So if you take T1 T1, so every triangle is similar to itself, isn't it? So you can take one triangle, that triangle is similar to itself. So therefore T1 comma T2 T1 comma T1 belongs to the relation R. That is, this first triangle is similar to itself. That is, T1 is similar to T1. Therefore R is reflexive. Therefore R is reflexive. Is that clear? Now next, if T1 comma T2 belongs to the relation R, if T1 comma T2 belongs to the relation R, that means T1 is similar to T2. If first triangle is similar to second triangle, can you say that second triangle is similar to first triangle? Ulta bata bhannu saksau. That is, T2 is similar to T1. So it implies that T2 comma T1 belongs to the relation R. Yes, that is correct. Okay, if T1 T2 belongs to the relation R, that means T1 is similar to T2, then we can say that T2 is similar to T1. That is, T2 comma T1 belongs to the relation R. Therefore R is symmetric. Therefore R is symmetric. Is that clear? Now for transitivity, so let us take T1 comma T2 belongs to the relation R. So what does it imply? T1 is similar to T2 and T2 comma T3 belongs to the relation R. What does it imply? Again, T2 is similar to T3. If T1 is similar to T2 and T2 is similar to T3, then obviously T1 is similar to T3, isn't it? So which implies that T1 comma T3 belongs to the relation R. That is, T1 is similar to T3. So hence the relation R is transitive. Hence the relation R is what? It is transitive. So I think you have understood it. So we have proved that R is reflexive, R is symmetric and R is transitive. So hence the relation R is equivalence relation. Hence the relation R is an equivalence relation. Hence the relation R is an equivalence relation. So it is proved. So I think you have understood it. So you can copy it. This is the solution for the first part. Your solution for first part ko lagi. So you can copy it. So now we will do the second part. Okay. So I think you have understood it. So you can copy it. Or you can take the screenshot also. तिमीले स्क्रिनशट लिँदा पनि भयो यसको अनि स्क्रिनशट लिएर पछि सार्दा पनि हुन्छ ठीक छ तर पहिला चाहिँ तिमीले बुझ्नु चाहिँ पर्छ यो त तिमीले त्यो नबुझी चाहिँ सार्दैन है त्यहाँ अन्धाधुन्दामा चाहिँ नसार्नु बुझेर चाहिँ तिमीले कपी गर्नुपर्छ बुझ्नु सार्नु पहिला चाहिँ मज्जाले भिडियो हेर्ने एकपल्ट थरो त्यसपछि फेरि तिमीले रिपिट गर्दा चाहिँ खातामा नि कपी गर्दै जानु बुझ्दै जानु खातामा कपी गर्दै जानु ठीक छ अच्छा नेक्स्ट अब हामी सेकेन्ड पार्ट गर्छौं सेकेन्ड पार्टमा के भन्दैछ कन्सिडर 3 राइट एंगल ट्रायंगल्स T1 with size 3 4 5 second triangle with size 5 12 13 and third triangle with size 6 8 10 which triangles among T1 T2 and T3 are related यो तीनटा ट्रायंगलमा कुन चाहिँ ट्रायंगल चाहिँ रिलेटेड छ भनेर सोध्दैछ बुझे नै यो सो नाउ फर द सेकेन्ड पार्ट नाउ अब चाहिँ हामी सेकेन्ड पार्ट गर्दै छौं है सो which triangles among these three triangles are related भनेर भन्दैछ अच्छा T1 र T2 लियौं T1 र T2 मा so are they proportional length are they similar भयो भने if these two triangles are similar then the corresponding sides are proportional how can you write proportional sign that is how can you write proportional 3 by 5 is equal to 4 by 12 4 by 12 is equal to 5 by 13 this is for what for T1 and T2 for T1 and T2 can you say that they are proportional is 3 by 5 is equal to 4 by 12 is equal to 5 by 13 no that means T1 and T2 are not related that is T1 and T2 are not related so let us check for T1 and T3 T1 and T3 let us check for T1 and T3 whether they are related or not are they similar means the corresponding sides are proportional you can write 3 by 6 is equal to 4 by 8 is equal to 5 by 10 so they are all related isn't it that is 3 1s are 3 3 2s are 6 4 1s are 4 4 2s are 8 5 1s are 5 5 2s are 10 which is equal to half yes they are related is that clear so can you say that second triangle and third triangle are related let us check it T2 and T3 now are they related if they are similar the corresponding sides should be proportional that is 5 upon 6 is equal to 12 upon 8 is equal to 13 upon 10 is it correct is 5 by 6 is equal to 12 by 8 no is it equal to 13 by 10 no that means which two triangles are related here T1 and T3 are related here so you can write down the answers as therefore triangles T1 and T3 are related T1 and T3 are related okay but in this case T1 and T2 are not related and T2 and T3 are also not related but which two triangles are related T1 and T3 are related so this is the answer for the second part so I think you have understood it so what is the answer for the second part triangles first triangle and the third triangle are related so I think you have understood it so you can copy it now we'll do the next question so now we'll do the next question that is question number 14 the question is let capital L be the set of all lines in xy plane So here capital L is the set. What type of set is it? This is the set of all lines on a plane. Okay. And what is R here? R is a relation. R is a relation in L defined as capital R is equal to within second bracket L1 comma L2 such that L1 is parallel to L2. So you have to prove that this relation R is an equivalence relation. Here जुन चाहिँ relation छ is parallel to, is it equivalence relation? You have to prove it. You have to prove that this is an equivalence relation. Okay? And you have to find out the set of all lines related to the line y is equal to x plus 4. That is, you have to find out the set of all lines which is parallel to the line y is equal to 2x plus 4. That is the second part. Okay? So let us do the first part here. So in the first part, what is the relation given here between the two lines on the set L? So here given is, so this is the solution, right? So R is equal to, this is your L1 comma L2 such that L1 is parallel to L2. Now you have to check for the reflexive relation now. Since L1 is parallel to L2, you have to take the same line, that is L1 comma L1. Can you say L1 comma L1 belongs to the relation R? So if you take a line, can you say that that line is parallel to itself? So we are taking this line, okay? So this given line is parallel to itself. Yes, you can say it. You can say that this given line is parallel to itself. That means L1 is parallel to itself. L1 is parallel to itself. That is, L1 is parallel to L1. So it belongs to the relation R. That is, L1 is parallel to L1. L1 is parallel to L1. Yes, you can say it. Okay. So therefore the relation R, is reflexive. Therefore the relation R is reflexive. Is that clear now? So next you have to check for symmetric relation. So what is symmetric relation here? If L1 is parallel to L2, if this L1 is parallel to L2, can you say that L2 is parallel to L1? Yes, obviously L1 is parallel to L2. Obviously L2 is parallel to L1. So this is symmetric relation. So L1 comma L2 belongs to the relation R implies that L2 comma L1 belongs to the relation R. That is if L1 comma L2 belongs to the relation R means if L1 is parallel to L2, if L1 is parallel to L2 comma, then you can say that L2 is parallel to L1. L2 is parallel to L1, right? So therefore here the relation R is symmetric. So therefore the relation R is symmetric. Therefore the relation R is what? It is symmetric. Therefore the relation R is symmetric. Okay, we have proved that the relation R is symmetric. Now we have to show that R is transitive relation. So what is transitive relation here? Now you have to prove if L1 L2 belongs to the relation R and L2 comma L3 belongs to the relation R. So what does it mean? L1 comma L2 belongs to the relation R means it is defined as L1 is parallel to L2, and L2 comma L3 belongs to the relation R means L2 is parallel to L3. So can you say that L1 is parallel to L3? Suppose this is the line, L1 is parallel to L2. It is given. Again it is given that L2 is parallel to L3. L1 is parallel to L2 and L2 is parallel to L3. Can you say that L1 is parallel to L3? Yes, you can say it. So it is a transitive relation. Is that clear? L1 is parallel to L2 and L2 is parallel to L3. So L1 is parallel to L3. You can say it. Okay, so this is a transitive relation. So which implies that L1 is parallel to L3. That is L1 comma L3 belongs to the relation R. That is, if L1 is parallel to L2 and L2 is parallel to L3, L2 is parallel to L3, then you can say that L1 is parallel to L3. L1 is parallel to L3. L1 is parallel to L3. So therefore, the relation R is transitive. Therefore, the relation R is what? It is transitive. Therefore, the relation R is transitive. So I think you have understood it. Okay. So you can copy it. So this is the answer for the first part. Okay. That is, if the relation R is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, what can you say about the relation R? The relation R is an equivalence relation. So you have to write here, hence R is an equivalence relation. Hence R is an equivalence relation. So I think you have understood it, because in this case R is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So hence R is an equivalence relation. Okay, so you can copy it. Now we will do the second part. So now let's do the second part now. So what is the second part out here? You have to find the set of all lines related to the line y is equal to 2x plus 4. You have to find out the set of all lines. You have to find out the set of all lines related to the line y is equal to 2x plus 4. So y is equal to 2x plus 4. So which is the set of lines which is parallel to y is equal to 2x plus 4? Here the relation is parallel to. Here relation के छ? Is parallel to भन्ने relation छ. So is parallel to भन्ने relation छ भने you have to find out all the set of lines which is parallel to y is equal to 2x plus 4. So in class 11 you did parallel lines, perpendicular line and all, isn't it, in coordinate geometry. So in case of parallel lines, the coefficient of x and y must be same. Coefficient of x and y must be same for the parallel lines, and the constant is replaced by another constant. Okay, that is you can write the set of all lines, related to the line y is equal to 2x plus 4 is, in parallel lines the coefficient of x and y are same, isn't it? So that is y is equal to 2x plus, now this constant is replaced by c. So this is the set of all lines which is parallel to the given line y is equal to 2x plus 4. Suppose this is y is equal to x plus 4, the y is equal to x plus c, what does it indicate? It indicates all these parallel lines. It depends upon the value of c. Okay, so y is equal to 2x plus c is the set of all lines which is parallel to the given line y is equal to 2x plus 4. Okay, so this is your answer. So this is the answer for the second part. So I think you have understood it. So you can copy it. Now we'll do the next question now. So now we'll do the next question, that is question number 15. So this is of objective type of question. The question is, let R be the relation in the set A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. So here the set A is the set of numbers. So numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4. And it is given by the relation R is equal to 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 4, 4, 1, 3, 3, 3, 3, 2. So you have to check the correct option. You have to choose the correct answer. R is reflexive and symmetric but not transitive. Okay? R is reflexive and transitive but not symmetric. Number C, R is symmetric and transitive but not reflexive. Number D, R is an equivalence relation. So in order to choose the correct answer, you should know the definition of reflexive relation, symmetric relation, transitive relation and equivalence relation. Okay? For R to be an equivalence relation, you should have R is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Okay? So now in this case, let us check for reflexive first. Okay? For reflexive, you should have, you must have 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. So 1, 1 is here, right? 2, 2 is also there. Is there 3, 3? Yes, 3, 3 is there. Is there 4, 4? Yes, 4, 4. So it is reflexive. Reflexive baigo. That means in this case, this C is R is symmetric and transitive but not reflexive. So you can discard this C. C hotya. C correct answer hoina. Abo it may be A, it may be B, it may be D. Okay? So now let us check for symmetric now. If 1, 2 is there, 2, 1 must be there. Is there 2, 1? No, 2, 1 is not there. Okay? That means it is not symmetric. Kunjayma cha not symmetric. It is symmetric, this is wrong. अब not symmetric भयो भने equivalence relation हुँदैन. That means you can discard this A and D. A र D पनि हट्यो. That means which is the correct option? B is the correct option. B must be the correct option. Okay? That is R is reflexive but not symmetric. But let us check this transitive. Okay? The transitive छ कि छैन हामी check गरौँ. So let us check it now. Let us check for transitivity. It should be transitive, then only B is the correct option. Okay? So now let us check it for transitive. If 1, 2 is there, there should be 2, something. 2, 2 is there. If 1, 2 is there and 2, 2 is there, so 1, 2 is here itself. 1, 2 is there. Okay. So 1, 2 is there. There is 2, 1. Only this one is there. Is that clear? So 2, 2. 2, 2 is there. Is there 2, something? No. 1, 1 is there, 1, 1 is there, 1, 2 is there. Is that clear? 1, 1 is there, 1, 2 is there, 1, 2 should be there. Here it is. Yes, this is correct. Okay. Next, 1, 1 is there, 1, 3 is there. 1, 1 is there, 1, 3 is there. So 1, 3 is there. So it is transitive. Okay. So 4, 4 is there. Is there 4, something? No. So no need of checking this one. Okay. Next, 1, 3 is there. 3, 3 is there. 1, 3 should be there. It is here. Okay. Next, 1, 3 is there. 3, 2 is there. 1, 2 should be there, isn't it? So is there 1, 2? Yes, 1, 2 is there. Is that clear now? Next one. 3, 3 is there. 3, 2 is there. 3, 2 should be there. So it is here. So it is transitive. Okay. So the relation is transitive. So which is the correct option in this case? B is the correct option. That is R is reflexive and transitive but not symmetric. So which is the correct option here? So you have to choose, you have to write down the correct option in this blank box. So in the blank box, which is the correct option here? This B is the correct option. So I think you have understood it. Okay. So you can revise it at home. You have to analyze yourself this one for reflexive, symmetric and transitive and whether it is equivalence relation or not. So it is not an equivalence relation because it is not symmetric. For R to be equivalence relation, the R should be reflexive, symmetric as well as transitive. Okay. Since it is not symmetric, so it is not an equivalence relation. Is that clear? So now let's do next question now. So now we'll do the next question, that is question number 16. This is also of objective type. So question number 16 is, let capital R be the relation on the set N. What is N? N is the set of natural numbers. Natural number means from positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. These are all natural numbers given by R is equal to within first bracket A comma B, such that here what is the relation between A and B? A is equal to B minus 2. And B should be greater than 6. This second number B should always be greater than 6. Choose the correct answer. So number A, 2 comma 4 greater than 2 comma 4. 2 comma 4 belongs to the relation R. This is the sign of belongs to, isn't it? This sign means belongs to. Okay. So 2 comma 4 belongs to the relation R. Is it correct? 3 comma 8 belongs to the relation R. Is B correct? Number C, 6 comma 8 belongs to the relation R. Number D, 8 comma 7 belongs to the relation R. So which one is the correct option? So you have to check it. So what is the relation given out here? A is equal to B minus 2. Or you can write B is equal to A plus 2. Or you can write B minus A is equal to 2. So in this case, the difference between B and A should be positive 2. B minus A should be 2. Here B is the second number and A is the first number. This is the value for A and this is the value for B. So what is the difference between B minus A? That is 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. This one may be correct. May be correct. Okay. 8 minus 3 is, what is 8 minus 3? B minus A should be 2. What is 8 minus 3? 5. So B aundaina. B is not there. You can discard this B. Next, 8 minus 6 is 2. B minus A is 2. So 8 minus 6 is 2. You may have the correct option as C also. So A ra C ma aba kun चाहिँ correct ho. Last one is D. 8 and 7 is there. B minus A should be 2. But 7 minus 8 is minus 1. So it is not true. D. B and D are not true. So A and C may be true. But which is the correct? Okay, again you have to check it. Okay. This B. B is equal to 4. But here B is greater than 6. But here B is equal to 4. 4 is not greater than 6. So your relation may B greater than 6. Here B is equal to 4. This 4 is not greater than 6. So this is not the correct option. This must be the correct option. C. That is, here what is the value for B? 8. This 8 is greater than 6, isn't it? This 8 is greater than 6. This 8 is greater than 6. Okay. So you can choose the correct option as C. And also B minus A is 2. That is 8 minus 6 is 2. This is also correct. And here 8 is greater than 6. This second number is the value for B. And B is greater than 6. Obviously this 8 is greater than 6. So 6 comma 8 is the correct option. So which is the correct option in this case? C is the correct option. So I think you have understood it. Okay. So this much is for today. So you can revise all the problems that we did today. And in the next online class, we will do questions from previous year's higher secondary question papers. Okay. So this much is for today. So you revise all the problems that we did today at home. Okay.